How's it going, everybody? Today I am changing my Streffen Mar Progenitor Precon deck and upgrading it into Edgar Markov right here. So the biggest challenge I have today is to work in some white spells, add white into my mana base, just figure out where I'm going to take the deck. So first off with this deck for Streffen is that its mana curve for creatures is pretty high. All of these right here are all 5 cost or more. So I'm going to be cutting a lot of these out just because I want smaller vampires to get out quicker to activate Edgar's effect, making more vampires. You know, just getting stuff out there. I don't want this deck to be extremely strong, but I do want to enjoy playing it. I don't plan on adding any huge staples into it. But I will cut a lot of these more expensive vampires, and I do want to incorporate into this deck this Olivia over here. So I do want her in this deck. She'll probably be the most expensive card in terms of like CMC. But I want to get some of these newer Crimson Vow vampires in here. So like the new art for like Unholy Efficient, Voldaren Epicure, Cruel Celebrant. I had in my stack of commons and uncommons Markov Purifier. I want to use a lot of these newer stuff, these newer cards from the new sets. That way it's a little bit different from what most people will probably see from an Edgar deck. So I want to make the mana curve cheaper. I want to get rid of a lot of these guys. There's some that I will keep in the deck just because I want to have some stronger creatures in here for in-game purposes. But a lot of these, like for sure, like Timothar will probably end up getting cut. Enforcer, Shadowgrange Archfiend, Butcher Malakar. Like, there's a lot of these that will probably end up getting cut here. And then I need to fix this mana base. There's a lot of just regular, just basic lands in here. So I think it's 12 mountains, 14 swamps. And now I need to incorporate some plains into that. So on my stack of plains and white mana over here, I do love these new lands from Crimson Vow and Midnight Hunt. These black and white lands are just so nice. Got a couple of different lands to put in here. And then of course, some other small things like a Sundown Pass, a Shimmer Veil. Things to fix the mana base here. I haven't really thought about what exactly I'll be taking out yet. That's kind of what I'm going to be doing here. Kind of going through my thought process, figuring out what cards I don't want in here, what cards I do want in here, and just going from there, seeing what I think is going to work for me. So my deck building is a little different than you might see. I don't like to go based off of any online list just because I like to personally build my own deck. So for sure when we're going through these creatures, so like things that are gonna stay is these 1-drops will probably stay just because they're smaller creatures. Falcon with Gorger gives everything madness, but I mean I might end up keeping him in here for sure. Rich Guy has Lifelink, that's staying. Blood Artist for sure staying. Blood Tithe Harvester for sure staying. Cordial Vampire staying for sure. Stormkirk Condemned. It's a good way to discard cards along with the blood tokens. And I also do want to make blood tokens to use these newer vampires. So blood tokens are another thing that I do want in this deck for sure. Stormkirk Captain staying, of course. Dark Imposter, maybe a cut right there. This would probably be good to make more mana. Opulence for now we'll leave Opulence in. It's in the maybe stack, I would say. Antra's Ravager, probably don't want that. I mean, the discarding cards, drawing 3. If you have 1 card in your hand, 2 cards, even 3 or 4, it's good. But if you have that full hand, you probably don't want to attack with them, and he has to attack. Rakish hair. Put that in the maybe. Stormkirk Occultist. It's only until end of turn though, so that's also a maybe. This will be staying. I do want to leave these in here just because the flavor of the deck. These are in the Precon, so I do want to leave Cambert and Laureen in here. First strike on one of them, lifelink on the other one. I'm leaving them just for the flavor of the deck. So they're gonna stay. If I'm gonna have Noble, that's staying for sure. Blood Tracker. It's gonna be a maybe. Taken Secret for sure staying. Oh, Midnight Arsonist. It has good potential to get rid of a lot of mana rocks. And it should work good with Edgar's ability to make more vampires. And just from playing him by himself, creating the extra vampire creature token. That's already two things that I would get to pop. So, say someone has a Soul Ring out, Felwar Stone, Mox. No, not one of the things. The Charcoal Diamond, Fire Diamond, but I mean I could pop one of those too. Command Sphere, Arcane Signet. I think this is probably a keep. We're gonna keep that one. Edgar already has haste. He's a 4/4. Do I need a flying horse? We're gonna say a maybe for this one right here. I do want to keep Anawan. That's a for sure keep. I do want to keep Bloodline. It's a good way to recur something in case something gets taken out. So Bloodthirst 3, Bloodlord of Vazgoth. If an opponent was dealt damage this turn, this creature enters the battlefield with 3+1/+1 counters on it. It's a flyer, and then whenever you cast a vampire creature spell, it gains Bloodthirst 3. I don't know. I'm gonna say maybe on that one. Champion of Dusk. Draw X cards and you lose X life or X number of vampires you control. I mean, this could be good. And then we pass the step, discard all the big things that we don't need right now, and then just try and recur them. Because Streffen plays off of the hand, while Olivia plays off of the graveyard. I want to say maybe for now. Manicure Blood Witch is for sure going to stay in. Ooh, this could be good. We're gonna say maybe on that one, just for the extra damage if they don't have out their commander. This is good mana fixing. You get the extra. When I tap a Swamp for mana, I get an additional black. So we're gonna keep that. This is gonna stay in. When it's battlefield, target creature and opponent controls. When the creature and opponent controls dies, exile it. Put one counter on each vampire you control. Whole deck is vampires. This is gonna stay for sure. Crossfade Trollmakers. Attacking vampires you control have Death Touch and Lifelink. Whenever vampire you control dies, you may pay 2 life. If you do, draw a card. We're gonna keep that. Creature control does combat damage to a player, but that means +1/+1 counters on it. Let's keep. It's like Timothar could be really good. Because whenever a non-token vampire control dies, which is the entire deck, I pay 1 and exile it. If I do, I create a 1/1 black bat creature token with flying. When this creature deals combat damage to a player, sacrifice it and return the exiled card to the battlefield tapped. It's a good way to bring things back, but they won't. But they don't hit the grave. They'll go to exile. The bat dies and they're gone. I'm gonna say this is a maybe for now. Like, Enforce is a good way to make mana, but I'm really not sure if I want to keep running it here. That'll go in the maybe. Shadowing Archfiend for sure is gone. Butcher we're gonna keep. And Vampiric Dragon is a maybe. This is the 8 cost for it. And it's only a 5/5. I think we're going to end up cutting it, to be fair. And then Streffen, we will be keeping Streffen in the 99. So he will be in here. So these are our 3 cuts for sure. I'm not going to keep Archfiend. I'm not going to keep Andre's Ravager or Dark Imposter. So these 3 for sure getting cut. So that's going to be Olivia for sure. She's coming into the deck. And now we're going to go through our newer vamps and stuff we had in our collection. So Cruel Celebrant is getting added for sure. Oh, forgot to mention. These are being added. These are auto adds. Stromkirk Noble. It's red and can be blocked by humans. When it deals combat damage to a player, put a +1 counter on it. And then Veto, Thorn of the Dusk Rose, Vampire Cleric. Whenever I gain life, target opponent loses that much life. These are instant adds. I left them off to the side, but they are going to be in the deck. They aren't in the deck to start with. Veto, Stromkirk, but they're gonna be in here. But for sure, Cruel Celebrant is gonna be in the deck for sure. I do want to work some more white into the deck. Kind of figure out what's gonna be the other part of that though. And then this works off a lifelink. So Markov Purifier will probably be in here as well. And I do like Unholy Efficient. I think he for sure is one that we're gonna add. It's a quick just 1-drop with Vigilance. It's a 1/2. Can really just hit easy real quickly. So it's a stack of 4 right there. Voldaren's a 1-drop. Voldaren Epicure. It makes a blood token, does 1 to each opponent. I don't think it's gonna make or cut though, because it doesn't do too much after it enters the battlefield. So we're gonna go and put that on the side over here. So we're gonna say we're gonna cut it for now. Let's see what else we have. Blood Petal Celebrant has first strike. When it dies, create a blood token. We're gonna cut that. Legion Vanguard, sack a creature. Legion Vanguard Explorers. I mean, we can be sacking the tokens. Reveal top card of my library. Put that card into your hand if it's a land. Otherwise, with a +1/+1 counter on this creature, and put the card back or put it into the graveyard. It's a good way to cycle stuff off the top of the deck. Essentially, a scry ability. If it's a land, we keep it. We keep. I mean, I think this is something that can really help the deck and fix our mana curve if we needed to. Adding lands to hand will always help us. Gluttonous Gust. This is bad for creating blood token. When you sacrifice a blood token, you gain 1 life. I think this is solid. It's a 1/4/3 drop, and I really like the flavor of this art, of this card art. So I think we're gonna make a room for this right here. Belligerent Gust has trample to 3/2. This comes down to a player, create a blood token. So we do want to keep these blood token ones. We want to build off of blood tokens. Nocturnal Feeder. Vampire Rogue, it's a flyer. When it dies, each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. This will work off of a lot of other stuff, but a 2/1/3 drop, I don't think it's gonna make our cut right now. Bloodcrazed Socialites. So here, an enters the battlefield, creates a blood token, and it has menace. When it attacks, I may sacrifice a blood token. If you do, it gets +2/+2 until the end of turn. And there's no limit on that either. I mean, we could pump her up with blood tokens as well if we wanted to. We're going to say maybe on this one. Skulking Killer probably won't use. Bloodthorn Squire. Let's go to discard a card. The transformed side is Bloodthorn Knight. E.g. power token equals the number of creature cards in my graveyard. I mean, we want to be bringing stuff back from the grave though. We don't want to keep it there. So Squire for right now is probably not gonna make the cut. Markov Watzer. 2 red white, flying haste. Common turn to 2-star creature control, each get +1/+0 until the turn. So one could definitely go on him, the other one on something else. I think this is a good card to kind of keep in here, get some flyers in there. Talking about the Celebrants, this battlefield create 2 blood tokens. It's a 4/4 5-drop with menace. Creates 2 blood tokens. And wedding security. Way to draw cards. We're gonna say maybe on these. So this is the stuff that we've kind of maybe'd as of right now. So these are for sure going in. But these are the 3 that we're gonna replace these 3 right here. It's not a 1-for-1 because these are, well, yeah, it's a 7-drop, a 3 and a 3. It's a 2, 3 and a 6. So pretty much straight trade for mana that I'm seeing here. What else do I want to do here? So I do want to add some of these. So this is 3, 6, 7, 8. And here my maybe stack. I have 10. Vampire Dragon for sure is coming out. So, like, I want to keep this to make treasure tokens. I really do. I feel like vampires will be dying pretty common. Like, the vampires should be cycling through and getting killed. So this is gonna come out for sure. This is gonna come out. That's gonna come out. I'm trying to think. Into the battlefield, you draw X cards, you lose X life. I mean, like, this could really help cycle and get the things that I need. It says, when this comes out as a 5-drop, most players I feel would have their commander out. And then you have to destroy the commander for its extra effects to actually take place. I'm going to say we're going to cut that for now. But we're going to think about bringing it back, though. We really are. Timitar, it's like a 6-drop for that. It's very situational. So I think we're gonna cut Timitar, keeping Crimson Honor Guard in for right now. It's just so when this enters, and my opponents have creatures out, when it hits the board, it hits for him. And it'll hit for the extra vampire that Edgar makes. So I think we should really keep this one in. So we're going to say Markov Enforcer is going to stay. Vampiric Dragon will probably end up getting cut. We're going to do that. We're going to go and roll with these guys. So Sign of Opulence, Rakish Hair, Bloodsworn Steward, Champion of Dusk, and Crimson Honor Guard. Probably all going to keep in the deck. We're going to do this there. We're going to cut these guys here. So we have 5 cuts to make. And we're going to go Legion Vanguard for sure. Gluttonous Guest, Belligerent Guest. Markov Waltzer. Falconret Celebrant. Is that 5 right there? Yeah, it's 5 right there. We might be taking out some other stuff to add in more creatures that do want a lot of vampires in here. But as of right now, I think this is what we're going to end up doing for right now. Is adding these 5 in, cutting these 5 out. I'll go get some games in with some friends. And then see what I want to add in, see what I don't want to add in. Yeah, but as of right now, we're going to make these changes. I'll update y'all on how these changes go. I'm going to fix the mana base myself. It's just adding in and counting up mana. That's all that really is, so I'm not really bothered by that. But yeah, this is my quick little update to my new Edgar deck that I'm building. It's not gonna be the best one, but I hope that it's gonna be a fun one though. And I'll update y'all on how it goes, how it plays. Just to let y'all know how this is, and I'll of course do my top 10 favorite cards once I get a lot of games in with this one. Figure out how it feels, how it plays. And then just start to add stuff in, take stuff out, like bits and pieces at a time. So, that being said, it's Freddy Inferno. Make sure to like the video, share it, drop a comment if you have any suggestions for the deck. I don't want to add a ton of money into this one, because I did that with Kali already. But, there's potential here to add in other stuff. So if you have any suggestions, drop them in the comments below. I'll be more than happy to read them. And have a good day.